Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher from Sweetwater. Today, we're checking out the latest in the Shelford family from Rupert Neve Designs. Let's get started. Today we are looking at the 5025 Dual Shelford microphone preamp from Rupert Neve Designs. Now this is something I'm really excited about and that I've actually been waiting for personally because I use a Shelford channel in my studio and I think that's just the most amazing channel strip. It just sounds fantastic no matter what you're doing with it. It includes a preamp, compressor, as well as an equalizer and other processing. But sometimes I don't need all that. Sometimes what I want is just a great sounding microphone preamp, and that's exactly what you have with the 5025 dual microphone preamp. The Shelford family takes its name from Little Shelford, which is the village or the small town where Rupert Neve started his original company in the UK. And this family combines all of the greatness from Rupert's classics along with contemporary ideas and concepts to give you a preamp that's just about unrivaled in its clarity, and yet you can color the signal as you like as well, as you'll see. So we have two channels here, and of course a big part of any of the Shelford products is the proprietary Rupert Neve Designs design transformers that are in here, the output transformers and the transformer coupled inputs as well, and they contribute so much to the quality of sound that comes out of the Shelford gear. We also have a totally Class A analog signal path for each channel, and we can shape that channel using some proprietary controls as well. Let's take a closer look. We've got two identical channels on the front panel, and we begin with the stepped input gain control. Now this is a 12-step rotary switch, it moves in 6 dB increments, and we've got up to 66 dB of gain here. Next to this we have a trim control for fine-tuning the gain setting, and this has a range of plus or minus 6 dB. Following this we have a variable high-pass filter, which is very useful because you can really dial it in to either cut out low-frequency rumble or to cut down on low frequencies that are getting into the microphone from the room or some other source. You turn that on and off using this switch, and then the rotary control allows you to dial in the exact frequency you want to use. Speaking of switches, we also have independent 48-volt phantom power for each channel, and we also have an independent polarity switch for each channel. A very important part of the Shelford family products are the silk and texture controls. You engage silk with this switch, and there are actually two different settings for this. And what the silk control does is add harmonics in. It adds coloration that's sort of more like a vintage preamp, a vintage Neve designed preamp. So when this is off, we're bypassing, we're not adding any coloration. When it's in the red position, we're getting pre-emphasis in the high frequencies, so it has a little bit more sparkle, a little bit more upper mid-range thrust there. If we push the switch again, we get blue, and in this case we have pre-emphasis in the lower frequencies, a little fatter, a little thicker sound. Now the texture control below this allows us to dial in the amount of harmonics that are coming from the silk circuit and are being added into the output transformer stage of the preamp. Rounding out each channel, we have a beautiful VU meter to show you the signal levels. Jumping to the back panel, we've got simple connections for each channel. We've got a microphone input on XLR, and then we have two XLR outputs. We have the main output, which is at full level, and then we have a second output that duplicates that main output, but 6 dB lower. This can serve two functions. In one case, you can use it to prevent overs when you're recording into your DAW, and in a second case, you can use it to prevent overdriving a piece of gear that might be further down the signal chain. Of course, this is a Shelford product, so you're going to expect outstanding specs from the 5025, and you certainly get them here. The frequency range extends from 20 Hz to 20 kHz with just a quarter dB variance there, and at just plus or minus half a dB, it extends from 10 Hz all the way up to 62 kHz. The 3 dB down points are at 5 Hz and 70 kHz. Likewise, we have an extremely low EIN spec, minus 127 dB at the main out and minus 133 dB at the 6 dB down out. So these are definitely outstanding specs, but what really matters is how it sounds. To check it out, let's put it in front of an acoustic guitar and record some tracks. hope you've enjoyed this look at the 5025 Shelford dual microphone preamp from Rupert Neve Designs. It's an incredible sounding preamp, and it's also very versatile. Everything from pristine, super clean recordings to adding more coloration in the high end, more coloration in the low end. You can really shape the sound using this as well. Very versatile preamp that sounds fantastic on any source. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Click here for more videos like this, or start at sweetwater.com for all your music instrument and pro audio needs.